38-lap 500cc race in pole position. The Italian Max Biaggi riding the Marlboro Yamaha. Good start from Biaggi in pole position. A very good start by Roberts, still battered and bruised from his qualifying crash on Saturday afternoon. Norick Abe also going well. Carlos Checa is in there, but it appears that Biaggi leads. In second place is Roberts, third place is Abe, fourth Checa. Loris Capirossi also there, Valentino Rossi, Alex Crevier. But Biaggi leads, Roberts second, Abe tries to come up the inside of Roberts, thinks about it, but then drops back, and right behind him, the man who is second in the championship, Carlos Checa. We ride with Max Biaggi seeking his first Grand Prix victory of the season. Roberts right behind him, Abe, Checa, Crevier, Barros, Capirossi, Okada. Biaggi coming under all sorts of pressure there from Roberts. Roberts thinks about going up the inside. Biaggi says, no you don't, we're still on the first lap. Roberts, Biaggi, Abe, Checa, Capirossi, Crevier. And somebody shoots out of our vision, and I think it's McWilliams on the Aprilia. You wait to hear more about Jeremy McWilliams at the front though. Biaggi still leads the way into the chicane. Roberts second, Abe doing very well. Norick Abe, the winner of course of the Japanese Grand Prix, third place, then Checa. Capirossi is also starting well. Number 8 is Kariuka Okada on the Repsol Honda. Into the complex, leads into the right-hander, and then brings us into the start and finish straight. For the very first time, we ride with Kenny Roberts. Behind him, Norick Abe. Over the line they go, the end of lap 1. Biaggi, Roberts, Abe, Checa, Crevier, Capirossi, Barros, Rossi, McCoy giving out. And that must have been McWilliams who went shooting out of our vision halfway through that first lap. They're up at the Dunlop chicane, not even halfway through the second lap. And all sorts of problems there for Kariuki Okada. No, Sete Gibernau, the Spaniard on the Repsol Honda. Into the sand at the chicane, but manages to stay on the machine. At the front, Biaggi still leads the way from Roberts. Roberts leads the championship from Biaggi's teammate, who's currently third, Carlos Checa, by 9 points. Abe, Crevier looking threatening behind Norick Abe. And then we have the two Honda Pons Emerson machines from Alexander Barros and Loris Capirossi. These two linked together. Biaggi still leads. Roberts, Checa, Crevier now get in front of Norick Abe. No, Norick Abe fights back, tries to get up the inside, doesn't do so. Valentino Rossi also in that leading pack, and at the back of them, Gary McCoy. These are the two leaders, Max Biaggi, Kenny Roberts. At the left-hander, through the chicane they go. Biaggi accelerates away. Just about up into third, even into fourth gear before they break to the right-hander. Alex Crevier, desperate to get on the podium, desperate to give Honda their first victory of the season. Roberts leads the championship by 9 points after 2 Grand Prix victories. But Biaggi holds him at the moment. There is Crevier, fighting back after a disastrous opening 4 Grand Prix of the season. Over the start and finish line they go. Biaggi just prizing opening advantage now over Kenny Roberts. Checa still third, Crevier, Abe, Capirossi, Barros, Rossi, McCoy, and the local man, Regis Laconi. And Okada 11, given out down in 15th place after their excursion at the chicane. A great bit of overtaking there by Alexander Barros, Rossi involved, and also his own teammate Loris Capirossi. This is Abe, won that Japanese Grand Prix in fine style. Tenet 3 Yamaha. But Biaggi still holds the advantage at the front. Roberts has set the fastest lap, 1:45.14. These two know all about each other. Checa still third, Crevier, Abe, Rossi also threatening now. He's gone past Barros, no he hasn't. Never an easy thing to do, get past Alexander Barros on the brakes. There's the two leaders, then we have Checa third, Crevier 4, Abe 5. And Abe, 3 Grand Prix wins under his belt, 2 in Japan, 1 in Brazil. Biaggi, Roberts, Checa, Crevier, Abe again. Long hair flowing out the back of his helmet. What a magnificent victory he had. That tremendous race in Japan, where 8 men had a chance of victory. Biaggi still seeking his first victory of the season. He has had a disastrous time in those opening 4 rounds. None more so in the previous run in Jerez, and he crashed on the cycling lap, and then was sidelined with clutch trouble. The race got underway. Abe now relegated to 5th, Checker and Crevier in front of him. This is the race leader, former 250cc world champion. Roberts still 2nd, Checker. Rossi involved in a tremendous scrap with Loris Capirossi and Alexander Barros. Crevier thinks about looking up the inside of Checker, but really hasn't got the time or the space to do it. They go up toward the chapel, the museum bend. The left-hander, Biaggi still leads. Oh, Biaggi's gone! The Roman Emperor has thrown it his way. The disastrous season for Max Biaggi continues. He has crashed out of the French Grand Prix here at Le Mans. And Kenny Roberts now has a clear road in front of him as he chases Grand Prix victory number 3. And what must Biaggi be thinking? Here we go. Slow motion replay of the crash of the leader. Seems to lose the front end, the back end, sorry, and then the front end. Down he goes into the gravel, and his race and his season really have hit an all-time low. Roberts takes full advantage, chasing his 3rd Grand Prix victory. He has a 1.5-second advantage over Alex Crevier, who's now moved into 2nd place. Carlos Checker relegated to 3rd. We ride with the world champion, seeking his first podium finish of the season, and desperate to give Honda their first victory in the 500cc class. Round the flat-out right-hander, the top of the hill, 175 miles an hour, about 285 kilometres before they break and throw it in to the Dunlop chicane. Valentino Rossi, 3rd in a race 2 weeks ago, really becoming very well accustomed to the 500cc class after winning, of course, 125 and 250cc World Championship. He thinks about going up to the inside of Checker, doesn't do so. And Abe also threatening Carlos Checker. In fact, he's got in front of Carlos Checker. There is Abe, number 6. Checker right behind him, number 7. And behind them, equally as close, Valentino Rossi, the 21-year-old Italian. Roberts is pulling away. 2.2 seconds now. He leads Alex Crevier. He took a fair battering. His right knee took a fair battering. And he's crashing qualifying on Saturday afternoon. At the moment, the American who leads the championship is showing no ill effect. 8 laps from 28. Roberts leads. 2.199 second advantage. Crevier 2nd, Abe 3rd, Checker 4th. And Checker now coming under increasing pressure from Valentino Rossi. This is easily Crevier's best performance of the season so far. Had a wretched time in the close season. An injured wrist required an operation. A stress-related virus caused him problems. No stress-related virus though for Valentino Rossi. He has got past Carlos Checker. To Roberts, Crevier, Abe, and now Rossi on the tail of Norik Abe. But Crevier then really having a wretched time. Some people writing off the chances of the world champion to retain that world title. And this is quite easily the best performance of the world champion in this 5th round so far. And now Checker does seem to be having problems because Alexander Barros is right behind him. And he's dropped from 2nd place down to 5th and soon to be relegated, one would imagine, by the 2 Honda Pons machine. Alexander Barros number 10 and number 5, Loris Capirossi. Crevier beginning to close on Roberts a little bit. Perhaps the world champion, the world championship leader is having problems. There's no doubt about this man is having problems. Carlos Checker sits up, he's still circulating, but he really is having major problems. Valentino Rossi just hangs onto the Honda as he chases Norik Abe and Alex Crevier. This is the battle for 2nd place. And we have another faller. It's the Japanese rider Kanishi, riding the Honda twin-cylinder machine. He really pushes it in hard. Oh, that is a very, very big high side for the Japanese rider. He loses the tank of the machine. He's also crashed in qualifying the day before. And here it is to hit the tarmac very hard indeed. And there is no doubt about it now. Roberts is having his problems. Perhaps that knee is beginning to give him problems that he hit yesterday. And Alex Crivillé is closing. Is it for the kill? Is it for the first win of the season? For the Spanish World Champion, the first Spaniard to win the 500cc title, riding the Repsol Honda, and he's bringing Norick Abbey and Valentino Rossi along with him to join in the party. Warren Willing looks on, the Suzuki technical chief. And Roberts now is coming under increasing pressure as they go over the start and finish line, with Crivillé past him here. 18 laps of 28, and Alex Crivillé has taken the lead. Roberts tries to fight back round the outside, but there is nothing he can do. The world champion now leads the race. In third place, Norick Abbey. In fourth place, Valentino Rossi. It's Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, Honda. And Abbey comes up the inside of Roberts, and there's nothing Roberts can do but watch. Abbey now second, Roberts relegated to third place. And Norick Abbey is making a tremendous race of this. Crivillé might have thought he could pull away from the pursuing pack. Norick Abbey, Kenny Roberts and Valentino Rossi make sure he cannot. We ride with Abbey because that was Roberts right behind him. And as Rossi got past Roberts, no he hasn't, he sizes him up and then decides perhaps that wasn't the time or place for such a manoeuvre. Onto the back straight, momentarily up into sixth gear for the 500s, 160 miles an hour before they break to the chicane. And Abbey has the cheek to go up the inside of the world champion and show him the front wheel of his Yamaha. And Crivillé pushes the young whippersnapper back, a whippersnapper that's won back 3 500cc Grand Prix and has won a 500cc Grand Prix this year. Something Crivillé has not done, but how he would dearly love to win this race here at Le Mans. Into the right-hander that leads into the start and finish straight, the double apex bend. He'll run it wide over the rumble strip, over the white paint, and here is Abbey, just shoving that front wheel up the inside of Crivillé, but also getting into all sorts of problems. And has Valentino Rossi got the power and the strength to get past Roberts, who's currently in third place? He thinks about it once again, but Roberts holds on to third place. Crivillé leads, Abbey second, Roberts third, Rossi fourth. They go through the Dunlop chicane. And we ride with Kenny Roberts. And here is Abbey, down at the Chapel corner, thinks about going up the inside, doesn't do so, but he's very close indeed. There they are at the back of the pack. This is Roberts on the Suzuki. We ride on his rear wheel, and Valentino Rossi is right behind him. The 250cc world champion adjusted very well indeed after a couple of early tumbles to the 500cc class. Third in Jerez 2 weeks ago. And who knows, he could quite easily be in third place in this particular race. Roberts still holds him at bay. Crivillé still leads the race. In second place, Norick Abbey. Onto the back straight they come. Over the slide rise, up into sixth gear. They break for the chicane any moment now. The left knee will go out. Just kiss this warm, sun-blessed Le Mans tarmac. Out they come to the chicane. Momentarily up into third gear. Down into second, into the right. Certainly Abbey is riding a brilliant race in second place, hanging onto the rear wheel of Crivillé. Crivillé might have just thought he could have pulled away. And Abbey poised to make an attack on the world champion as they come into the start and finish straight. Both of them run it wide onto the rumble strip. They cross the line now. There's Crivillé. There is Abbey. Up into sixth gear, 7 laps to go. This magnificent 500cc race, and Rossi now is up into third place and is relegated the championship leader and the early leader in this race, Kenny Roberts, to fourth. And Abbey has gone past Crivillé to snatch the lead. Crivillé tries to fight his way back, but now Norick Abbey leads the way on the Antenna 3 Yamaha. Crivillé is relegated to second place on the Honda. Rossi also closes up on the rear wheel of Crivillé, and all Roberts can do is watch the action in front of him from fourth place. Abbey now leads. Crivillé, Rossi, Roberts in the chicane. Noric Abe chasing the second Grand Prix victory of the season. He won in Japan, the fourth Grand Prix win of his career, and two world champions behind him. That's the 500cc world champion Alex Crivillé, the 250cc world champion Valentino Rossi are having a right old ding-dong in their battle for second place. And in the meantime, we've got to say they're dropping Kenny Roberts, and also Abe is getting in front. Alexander Barros now is up into 5th place, and in 6th place Gary McCoy. As the tyres go off and the heat gets hotter, Gary McCoy likes nothing more than sliding that Galois Red Bull Yamaha. This is the battle at the front. Robert Smith in 4th place, then we have Barros, then we have McCoy. I think delighted everybody when he won that race, the opening round of the championship, and Rossi tries to go up the inside of Crivillé. Crivillé will have absolutely nothing of it. Great on-board camera shot as Crivillé repels the border, pushes Rossi back to 3rd place. Rossi surely though will have another go. He's got the inside line here, round the left-hander. Crivillé not letting Abe get away also. This is the battle for the lead. The 5th round of the MotoGP World Championship, the 500cc race here at Le Mans, and it is an absolute cracker, and it's got the 65,000 crowd on their feet. Abe still leads. In 2nd place, the world champion Alex Crivillé, as they break for the chicane. They go left, then they go right, and then they accelerate up through the gearbox, only 1 gear up into 3rd, and then down into 2nd once again for the right-hander. Abe leads as they come into the start and finish straight. Crivillé in 2nd place. They're on their very last lap. 4.305 kilometres to go. Can Noric Abe win his 2nd Grand Prix of the season? Or can Alex Crivillé win his 1st Grand Prix and give Honda their first victory in the blue ribbon 500cc class? And perhaps even Valentino Rossi might shock them both. They come down the hill towards the Chapel Bend. Crivillé is on the brake. Crivillé is up the inside, and Crivillé has taken the lead from Abe. Crivillé now leads, half a lap to go of this 500cc race at Le Mans. Crivillé leads, Abe fights back, Rossi looking threatening in 3rd place. They're round the museum curve. They go down now to the tight right-hander that will take them into the back straight here at Le Mans. Rossi thinks about giving Abe a hard time, decides against it. Abe goes round the outside of Crivillé. Crivillé holds firm. We ride with the race leader and the world champion. That is Alex Crivillé. They will break now for the chicane. Abe thinks about going up the inside, but Crivillé knows all about riding defensively, and he does ride defensively. He holds his position. He doesn't give Abe a glint of light in front of him. Quarter of a lap to go. They're round the right-hander. They're into the left-hander, just the double apex right-hander that will bring them into the start and finish straight for the very last time. Abe tries to go up the inside, doesn't succeed. Surely now the world champion Alex Crivillé is going to give Honda their first victory of the season at the French Grand Prix here at Le Mans. He has done it. Crivillé wins the race. A sweet, sweet victory for the world champion. In 2nd place, Noric Abe. In 3rd place, Valentino Rossi. And in 5th place, we look for Kenny Roberts. And in fact, McCoy came 4th, Barros 5th, and Kenny Roberts has been relegated to 6th place. Checker equally disappointed in 7th, and Caparossi 8th. But celebration time for the first time this season for the world champion from Spain, Alex Crivillé. Celebration is also in the Antenna 3 team, but I should think they're slightly disappointed that Abe didn't win the race, because he led going in to that very last lap. Confirmation of the result here at Le Mans. Crivillé, Abe, Rossi, McCoy, Barros, Roberts, Checker. And you would think, when Alex Crivillé looks back on his career, this will surely be one of his sweetest victories. Confirmation of the championship. Roberts still leads, Checker 2nd, McCoy 3rd.
Yes, today I was riding good. I didn't make mistakes like Japan. I make big mistakes. Also in Jerez, in the first start, a big problem with a clutch. But here the bike now seems better, seems okay. Is looks like last year, and now I'm riding like I know.
Middle of the race, I was third or fourth, but everybody not so fast lap time, so I can follow, not so not so difficult. And last 6 or 5 laps, I don't remember, but last 6-5 laps, I had the top. Then my feeling, I have a big chance for win, so I try hard. Last lap, Alex was past me, but this time I was behind him. He was not so late braking, so sure, my feeling, sure he don't come this corner, but he, he come. So this is my mistake. I was so disappointed, but next time I try to win. Thank you.
Yes. After yesterday, I think it's impossible to go on the podium because I have very much problem on Saturday. But this morning my setting is good, and also start from the third row. But my start is not so bad, and after I try to overtake all for go in the first group. When I arrive, I am 4 or 5. I think is okay. After I see Cheka have a problem maybe, and also Roberts maybe problem with the tire, and I am third. At 2 laps to go, I try to win, but it's impossible because it's necessary all my head think at the bike, not like last year, and it's impossible win. I try, but it's impossible. But for me, this race is very important because this race is all not like Jerez into Manche, and I am very happy also because the victory is very near. Alex arrived in front of me, but not very much. I am happy.